Hey, what's up? It's Comic95, the Savior, and for this video, I am going to talk about 20 different kinds of Japanese guys that you do not want to get involved with. I'm generally talking about having a serious relationship with. If you are a girl that enjoys running around, getting your heart broken, having one-night stands, then by all means, go ahead and date all 20 of them. But if you are a self-respecting person, you are serious, you want a long-term, long-lasting relationship, these are guys you do not want to date. I've been living in Japan for all of my adult years pretty much, and yeah, while I'm not 40, 50 years old yet, I have definitely dated a ton of guys, experienced a lot of good and bad things. So I'm simply sharing the different types of guys that I have met here in Japan. Can this list apply to other countries, other men, other places? Yes, of course, Captain Obvious, thank you for letting us know. But I'm specifically talking about the bad type of guys that I've met here in Japan. So, before we get started, as always, I am not God. Once again, your relationship is your relationship, your preferences is your preferences, what you like is what you like, and a guy can most certainly fall into one of these categories or more and still turn out to be a good guy. But generally speaking, if he does match one or more of the things on this list, you're probably going to break up. It's probably not going to lead to marriage, and if it does, it's probably going to end in divorce. So, let's all just have a good laugh. Good thinker, take this with a grain of salt. If you don't live in Japan, you probably aren't quite exactly familiar with some of these things and think it just sounds bad. So I'm done. We're already 2 minutes into the video. Let's get started. Please also keep in mind that these are not in any particular order. I literally just made a list of 20. I'm not saying that one is worse, better, bad, more bad, whatever than the other. So anyway, number 1, the bucket lister. I'm only going to give a short description of each guy. I might also add, to keep the video from getting too long, as 20 points. So, once again, number 1, the bucket lister. This guy is only dating you in order to cross you off of his bucket list. Maybe he's never been with a fat girl. Maybe he's never been with a blonde girl. Maybe he's never been with a black girl. He wants to experience what sex is like with a curvy chick, a girl with big breasts, a girl with a big butt, a really short girl, a really tall girl. He just wants to run back and tell his friends that he had sex with a foreigner, and it's a personal thing that he wants to experience for himself. A lot of you girls here are only having sex with these guys for the same reason. You want to see if he's going to be like these yaoi characters, or like Sasuke and be emotionally unavailable and give you good dick or something. So, yeah. Long story short, bucket lister. This guy is not serious about you. He's only dating you because it's a fetish, fantasy of his. I've talked about this guy in other videos, but now you have a name for him. Bucket lister. Not a good guy. Only here to date you because he wants to check you off of his list and say, yep, blonde girl, I hit that. Fat ass, I hit that. Dark skin, I fucked that. That is all he's there for. Number 2, the gold digger / fame whore. This guy is someone that you might not necessarily meet unless you are someone that has your own YouTube channel, blog, or you happen to be a celebrity, whether you are big or small. This guy is simply with you for the simple fact that he wants to gain exposure. He's only dating you because he knows that you have some sort of success behind your name. You already have a fan base, a following, you have a YouTube channel, you're a mini celebrity, you're a big celebrity, whatever the case is. This guy is shamelessly with you for the sole purpose of using you for publicity, using you for money, using you for attention. He doesn't really love you. He loves the fact that by being with you, he will gain more followers, he will potentially get money, and of course, hopefully if he does marry you, or he can trick you into thinking you're serious, that he's serious about you, he can get money out of you and possibly start up his own YouTube channel, possibly become a singer himself or actor himself. He can use you to get to where he wants to be in life. Number 3, the gaijin expert. This guy thinks that he knows everything about you because all of his exes look just like you, and thus he's an expert on your country. If you get upset over something, you don't like something, he claims to already know your thoughts before you express them. While this can be a good thing in some circumstances, meaning that he does understand the differences between cultures, that you might feel or think differently on some circumstances, this is actually used as a way of controlling and or hindering you by this guy not seeing you as an individual, but rather thinking he already has you figured out because he's already had sex with 5 American girls, and he's already had sex with 2 girls from Italy, so he knows the reason why you have anger issues. This guy is actually abusive, but it's being covered by the fact that he has an obsession and a fetish with foreigners. He thinks he has you all figured out. He knows everything about you. This guy thinks he's an expert on you. Number 4, the depression sex addict. Shall I say depressive? This guy is using his fake mental illness, his fake depression, his fake anxiety, whatever you want to call it, his fake anxiety as an excuse to try to lure you into his bed. He's claiming that he's so horny, he really needs to have sex to get all of these evil and sad thoughts out of his mind. Really, this guy is not depressed at all. He's trying to get you to sympathize for him, to get free, quick, easy sex from you, and he's probably said the same thing to 10 other girls, and he's gonna ghost and leave you afterwards, or you will remain in his contact list for when he gets bored and horny next time. Because wow, you're so stupid, sympathetic, and easy, all he has to do is say, I'm so sad, please fuck me, and you're going to be right there on your knees ready to suck his dick. Number 5, the perfect player. This guy seems too good to be true, and it's because he is. He has everything figured out. He knows that you like romantic guys, he knows that you need your good morning text, but really in actuality, he's saying and doing the same thing with tons of other girls. He's done his research, he knows what foreign women want, he knows what women in general want, and he can put on a show for you. He's living a secret life, and while you think that he's faithful and loyal to you, and he's really going to work, and really going to a meeting with the guys afterwards, he's really cheating and having sex with other people. He's playing his cards smoothly, right before your eyes, and you suspect nothing because he's so charming, so romantic, so friendly, so sweet. You would never suspect that he would even have the balls, the audacity to cheat on someone as beautiful, kind, caring, and good of a girlfriend as you are. Number 6, the American dreamer. This guy has convinced you that he loves your home country so much. He hates the work life in Japan. He hates beauty standards for Japanese girls. He doesn't like Japanese women. Blah, 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 blah. Everything's negative about work life. He doesn't like how family is here. Everything he tells you is about how perfect your country is and how bad Japan is. You might think that he really wants to come with you to your home country because he doesn't like that Japan doesn't support the LGBT and that they're not for abortion and all these different social issues, and they're so racist here, when in actuality he's only using you for a quick, free, and easy way to get visa status in the US and to hopefully become a citizen. He also plans to go to your home country because he has a fetish for foreign women. He only wants visa status so that he can cheat on you in your home country and of course live a more easy and relaxed life. Much easier to do when you are married to an American citizen versus trying to come over and do things the legal, normal way, the moral way, if you will, do things the legal way by coming to the US, getting a normal work visa or student visa yourself. This guy is just using you because of your citizenship status. They love your country, not you. Number 7, the family man. Now this guy can seem innocent from the start because yeah, why would you not want a family? Most girls do want to get married and dream about having cute little babies. But in actuality, this guy is just desperate. He feels like he's running out of time. He's glad that he met a foreigner. He's like, oh my god, I can finally get married. I can show my family. He doesn't really necessarily love you per se, but he loves what you can give him. Maybe you seem like the perfect girl because you have an ideal body for him. Maybe it's because you are from this particular country. Maybe it's because he knows you're out of his league and he's like, wow, I can finally show my family I'm not a loser after all. So while this guy can appear to have good intentions, he's really only using you to show off to his family. He might not even really want to marry you. He only wants to have someone cute, some type of arm candy, eye candy to bring home, to, bring to that whatever office party that he's having with his coworkers, to show off to his friends that he can, pull off a nampa. Whatever the case happens to be, this guy is only in love with you because he wants to take you to a family event, whether it's to show his actual family or his friends that he has a girlfriend, or he really does want to have children and he's just desperate. Anyone will do. He's reached a stage in his life where he realizes he's not the ideal beauty standard in Japan, and he'll go for any girl, whether it's legitimate or not, whether you're using him or not, whether you're attractive or not. Any girl will do. He just wants to start a family. He just wants to impress his family, whatever the case happens to be. You are enough for him because either you're willing to have children or you're willing to be his date at a family function in which it makes him look good. Number 8, the sex tour guide. This Japanese guy, whether he is in your home country or in your city that you're living in Japan, he's from out of town. He is simply living in this place or visiting this place not because he's so in love with you and wanted to visit and or meet you or has any intention of seeing you again. He's specifically here with the sole purpose of hooking up with chicks that he knows will never find out his real name or if they do get his real name, they'll never be of any importance in his life. He won't tell you everything about him. He has no intention in being serious with you. He might not even come back, and if he does, it's to play you. You are simply an easy chick, a one-night stand. And don't be fooled, one-night stand doesn't necessarily mean just one night. You are I can't even say conditional. You're a girlfriend that is within this city. So anytime he comes back to visit you in this country, yeah, you're his girlfriend while you guys are together there. But as soon as he leaves you and goes to the next place, whether it be his home country or his next, place where he puts his little thumbtack, his little pin on the map, he's probably got a girlfriend there too that he's also having sex with. This guy is simply there for you to show him around, for you guys to be friends that turn into something sexual, but it's okay because he's not going to see you again. He's not serious about you, doesn't care about you. You're his tour guide, but the purpose is simply for sex. Don't be fooled by this kind out of town, I'm studying abroad, I'm on vacation. Yeah, he is to fuck. Number 9, the salary sleaze. This guy is a salary man and he uses the excuse that he's so tired, so busy with work, that he only has 90 minutes at the Love Hotel with you. In actuality, this guy's probably married and or he has no intention in having a legitimate girlfriend. He's only using you for cheap, free, and or easy sex. You are nothing more than a prostitute in his eyes and a release of sexual tension that has been built up during his work week. He's not serious about you, and he's probably sleeping around with several different girls. So yeah, don't be fooled. He's not serious about you. You want to avoid dating this guy at all costs. Number 10, the storyteller. This guy has an excuse and a story for everything. If you think you've caught him in a lie, you've caught him cheating. Oh, that was my friend, that was my sister, that was my coworker. Oh, I left my phone at home. He has a gazillion excuses for you. Nothing that comes out of this guy's mouth is the truth. He didn't go on a business trip. Yeah, he did go on a business trip for 3 days, not for 2 weeks like how he told you. He's cheating on you. He's not serious about you. Number 11, the fantasy man. This guy has a fetish for cosplayers. He's watched too much porn, read too much manga, and oh my god, he found a real life anime girl. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you're cute. But the reality is, why does he want to settle with one? Why just you when he can fuck other cosplay girls? This guy has a fetish and he only wants to have sex with you in that hot, super cute costume that you wore from Love Live. He has a fetish. He's not serious about you. He only wants to have sex with you. It's kind of like a bucket list item to cross off. Secret fetish. Maybe he wouldn't really want to be married to a cosplayer, but the thought of paying one, the thought of going on a date with one, the thought of having sex with one, it's pretty hot. Number 12, the struggle love. Or the struggle lover, I should say. This guy doesn't have money. You have no idea why he's trying to date you when he doesn't have his personal life together yet. Anytime you go on a date, you're scraping for, 1 yen coins. He's using coupons. He wants you to pay for the date or pay for half of it. He doesn't really want to go out to eat. He wants to eat ramen at home. You wonder, how are we supposed to get married and you can't even afford to go to a family restaurant? You might even be making more money than this guy is. This guy also tries to convince you that you should be okay with doing things that they probably wouldn't be asking a Japanese girl to do, such as working, but also expecting you to cook and or clean. And they want you to be accepting of them despite the fact they're doing nothing to better their situation. So yeah, again, everyone has their own cup of tea, likes their own things. Some people are okay with different things, but in my opinion, struggle over is not the ideal type of guy that you want to date. Why get yourself involved with someone in which you are going to be struggling knowingly, even with just the two of you? The thought of bringing children into this world is pretty much out of the question unless you want them to be living in poverty with you, which I think is cruel, but that's my own opinion. So yeah. Number 13, the sex messier. I hate saying that word. Anyway, this guy has a fetish with putting his hands on you. It might seem hot at first, like, oh my god, free massage. But in actuality, this guy is a total creep, and honestly, I would be afraid of a video of you showing up somewhere you don't want it to. Oftentimes, these guys might have their own place, their own business, in which they try to offer to give you a happy ending, essentially. And this guy might want to rub you up and lick you all over, etc. And it might sound appealing to some of you ladies. Trust me, I know it does. But you should be thinking long long term? Is this guy clean? How many chicks has he offered to do this to? How many has he successfully done this to? Is he married? Is his place clean? There's a lot of thoughts that need to be going across your mind. And if all you're thinking about is getting your clit licked, girl, I'm worried about you. That's all I have to say. So anyway, yeah, this guy's a fetish. He wants to touch you, wants to put his hands on you, foreigners, hot bodies, big boobs, whatever. Yeah, it's a fetish. It's a bucket list. This guy's a creep. Number 14, the host guy. This guy looks like a dream for you if you are a total weeb and or if you have a fetish. He is literally the definition of a living, breathing, walking anime character / K-pop star. This guy cares more about his hair and makeup and his eyebrows being on fleek than you do. Not to make this an issue about associating fashion with sexuality, but let's be real, stereotypically, this is the guy that people will see as being the metrosexual, the questionably, is this guy even straight? Yeah, he might be straight, but at the same time, if you are a girl and you want your man to be masculine, he's kind of the opposite of that. Just throwing that out there. I'm not going to be PC. And with that said and done, yeah, this guy seems perfect. He's like Prince Charming. He knows exactly what you want. He looks good. He's outgoing. He's not shy at all because it's his job. His job is to make ladies feel comfortable, to get them willing to spend more money. He wants to make you feel like the only girl in the world, and I'm not talking about Rihanna. And yeah, everything might seem great, but he's a cheater, he's a liar, and he is going to ghost you. He's too busy seeing other customers and clients, and really you're nothing more than a bucket list item and or free practice for his job. Generally speaking, any guy that has to reassure you, I'm not a host, he is a host. You can generally tell by looking at them. Number 15, the shy guy. Once again, if you're a girl that likes guys that are really masculine, you will probably find a guy that's super shy to be a turn off. Now, in some senses, I can find a guy that's super shy to be kind of cute, like, oh, he's shy, he likes me. But at the same time, it can also be a turn off when he can't stand up for and or defend you. And on top of that, when he starts doing creepy stuff. I've literally gone out on dates with guys who were like freaking out over the fact that they were really on a date with me. And they were like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Can I touch you? Can you put your hand on my hand? And like literally doing that, like I'm not exaggerating. I dated a teacher who I went to a karaoke bar with this guy. Really quick story, long story short, he like begged me like to like just touch his hand, like not even like in a sexual way. Guy freaked out. Like he acted like he'd never been on a date in his entire life. And he was older than me, might I add. So yeah, this guy was actually in his 30s. Creepy. So there's a limit on shyness, but yeah, total turn off, very strange. Yeah, you don't want to date a guy like that. Number 16, the Bachelor. Now this guy can seem completely perfect. He's older than you, he's successful, he's stable, he knows what he wants in life, but the downside is this guy's pretty much stuck in his ways. It's pretty much impossible to get this guy to be willing to be open and change his perspective on certain things and or to accommodate you. He wants to treat you more like his daughter and be more like a dad figure to you than a husband and or a friend to you. And while this can be a little bit, kinky, at the same time, this can also be a very problematic situation when you guys have fights and arguments because he doesn't want to hear you out or listen to you. You find that you're the one doing all the apologizing, you're not being understood, and the relationship becomes somewhat emotionally abusive in which there's a power dynamic. He's older than you, he has more money, you feel more at his mercy. Number 17, the serial cheater. This guy, no matter what you do, no matter how great the sex is, how good your blowjobs are, how available you are, how much space you give this guy, he just cannot stop cheating. Like, no matter how many chances you give him, you guys might even be married, he will not stop cheating. He wants to experience sex with another foreign girl. He wants to be with a Japanese girl this day. He wants to go to, a love hotel with his coworker. He lies about everything. He just will not stop. He will promise you, he will cry, he will beg, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did it, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Have a million excuses, but this guy, he's not going to stop cheating on you. He can't. Why should he? When you're gonna forgive him anyway, right? Yeah. Number 18, the wannabe foreigner. Now this guy can take on several different appearances, typically all stereotypical. This person that you're dating is either a want-to-be skater, wanna-be white guy, wanna-be black guy. Maybe they think they're a rock star. Maybe they've dyed their hair blonde and they try to act like they're, Westerner. Maybe they try to dress like a black guy, wear street clothes and use black slang, whatever the case happens to be. Maybe they're skateboarder, rock star, rapper, whatever the case is. They don't simply like this culture. They've literally taken on a brand new persona and they're literally the reverse version of a weeb. not just a matter of liking America, but they think they are legitimately American, and their way of portraying that is by being a stereotype. So again, these guys can seem cool, seem nice, seem edgy, but they oftentimes end in heartbreak because they are cheaters, they are liars, they're not serious, and even when they are serious about you, they can be total turnoffs by trying to be a stereotype and just not quite exactly being what you're looking for in a serious relationship. I'm sorry, but I don't want the father of my children to be a guy that is trying his hardest to be a Japanese rapper. Just my own 2 cents. Everyone has their own personal opinions, preferences. If you're cool with that, then fine, by all means. But it just ain't my thing. Number 19, the horny version. This guy is very similar to the shy guy. More than likely, he does not have a very outgoing personality. He might express and or share with you that he's also very shy, but he also lets you know that he has a sexually, whatever type side of him where he really wants to fuck the crap out of you. Well, the sad thing is this guy either is just really bad at sex or he lacks experience, which it could be both. And with that said, yeah, you're gonna be really disappointed when you get in bed together, because not even gonna get started on the possibility of not having an adequate dick size, but this guy literally fucks like he's never had sex before, and after you have sex with him, you're gonna wish that there was a way to just redo your entire life and just undo that experience and say that body does not count. You're going to want to consider this as one of those people that you do not count. You want to forget this night, because he will give you the worst sex you've ever had in the existence of ever. Between a sloppy, slobbery, dog wet tongue that doesn't know what it's doing, to a body that doesn't know how to fuck, to a person that doesn't know how to change positions or just move or do anything. Super awkward, super bad, super cringe-worthy sex is all this guy has to offer you. And last but not least, this list would not be complete without giving you number 20, which is the infamous gaijin hunter. This person does not really care much about you as a person. They simply have a fetish for having the ideal, perfect human being, which is someone that is not Asian at all, preferably, or at least someone that is not Japanese. Their goal is to have sex with a foreigner. As I've already expressed before, foreigners are looked at differently than Japanese girls or Asian women in general. They are held to different beauty standards, and typically they are seen as being significantly more attractive with a lot less effort than their Asian counterparts, whether they are black or white. As long as you are attractive within your own community, you're probably a gazillion times more attractive being in Japan. They like things such as your breasts, your butt, the way that your body is shaped, all of the little things about you, your light colored eyes, your light colored hair, your pale complexion. They love all of those things about you. And for that reason, they're willing to date any other white girl that looks like how you do. Any other black girl that looks like how you do. If you have a cute face, you have a good body, you are what they want. They are not super concerned about specifics about personality, super concerned about specifics about, the way that you look. Any girl with blue eyes, they think is hot. Any girl with blonde hair, they'll think is hot and they want to date. This is a gaijin hunter. Any girl that speaks English, any girl that's from America, they just have a goal, a dream. They want to be with an American girl. They want to be with a Russian girl. They want to be with a German girl. Any girl that is a foreigner is what they like. They will commonly bash Japanese and or Asian women, saying, oh, they're childish. I don't like Asian girls. I don't like Japanese girls. Blah, 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 blah. When really they're telling on themselves, ding, 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 red flag, red flag. I am only dating you because I believe you are a stereotype that is opposite of the stereotypes within my home country. So there you have it. That's my list of 20 guys that you do not want to date or run into in Japan. As always, there's exceptions to every rule. You can meet somebody that has a fetish. You can meet somebody that wants to be American, that wants to be black, that wants to be whatever. That is actually a really nice, genuine, and good person. You can actually marry these people. It's possible. But again, giving you my own 2 cents, some people are okay with struggle love. You're okay with dating somebody that has no money. You're okay with struggling and working your way up to the top, or potentially being poor forever. That's totally on you, case by case. Everybody has and looks for their own thing in a relationship, but this is my own 2 cents on what I think and the 20 guys that I want to avoid dating, and I think you should too. So that's that. Thank you for watching. If you have anything you'd like to add to the comments, maybe you've experienced dating some or most, if not all, of these guys like how I have, please share your personal dating experience in the comments as well. Maybe you can help someone out. We can laugh together, talk about it. And I would also appreciate it if you would follow me on my social media. I have an Instagram and Twitter account that you can follow. You can also add me on Snapchat and like my Facebook page as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.